You are set upon by 2 guards. We're gonna kind of do a little theater of the mind before we get into a map
wait.
here.
You forgot about the almanac. We have the almanac from Back to the Future too.
Yes.
I hear there's some chariot races going on in town.
It's possible.
We have the almanac that tells us. I don't know I forget what you called it. I can't remember what it was called. My notes said almanac,
I'm
so
glad
I'm like, oh, I'm Back to the
glad
Future.
that the
That's my
rogue
notes.
of the group remembers it that way, because I mean, technically, you're not wrong, but yes, you do have the ZWT manual from the future that was brought back.
History of the Zero Wars.
The hero of the Zero Wars, right?
History. History of the Zero War.
History of the Zero War.
Thank you. Thank you for elaborating. I had Back to the Future almanac.
No,
in my notes.
you know, it's exactly what it should have been, and I'm glad that you picked up on that. So we're just gonna treat it as such. So, you guys are set upon by a couple of guards that see you struggling, see you putting together the makeshift kind of gurney that you used with the broken down.
We're carrying somebody.
You tried to heal Rictavio, and he was not responsive as well to the magic that Tor was giving to the wounds that he had suffered from whatever it was that busted through into the church that shot at you guys as you were passing through the portal. So he's dying. He's on his last leg. He is not looking good, but he got you there, and through, you know, a heroic act by Kel, he pulled him through to die here. So with you guys and not alone. At that point, you've got him secured. You start to make your way, and as you are headed towards the city, you are set upon by 2 guards that stop you and try to, you know, interrogate you about your business. They saw you doing something out here. They see a man who's wounded. They're approaching you.
Tor, why don't you start?
I kind of slink back and try to make myself less noticeable.
Okay.
More discreet.
All right.
You there, good gentlemen of the law. This man has been badly wounded, and he requires a mage that's, well, a good mage, damn it. He's dying.
Can you point us in the direction of one?
Well, this here's Aryas. You know, you headed to town, right?
Yes.
And what's your business in town?
Currently dragging a man who is dying and trying to get him medical attention.
Yeah, I see that, but I'm not 100% sure that you didn't cause
We're with the guild. We're with the guild.
Why would I not do?
Oh, you one of them Zed boys?
Yes.
All right. Who you here to see?
The guild master, the head of the guild.
He looks at the other one, and it's obvious that they're not high on intelligence. Sounds about right. Let's go. And then they turn. They kind of like escort you in. Let's double time it. And then the other guy, he kind of goes and helps grab the cart from the back to push it, and kind of speeds you in, and you guys head through the gates, which you weren't too far from. You were on the other side of a little bridge that went over a little, like a stream, and you're kind of like on a kind of a cliff that was turning into some flat land that would head into town. And let me get you guys on that map. Boom. And you guys, do you, first of all, do you see everything? Do you see the map?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I know we've been having some issues.
Citadel.
So, you guys are coming in the, make sure my map here is right. So the southwest entrance, this is the area where you would be coming in from. If you saw me.
Oh, so north is the, got it, is on the right.
Yeah, north,
so
it's weird, like the way the map is made, so I adjusted it.
I can work a compass.
Okay. Yeah.
We came into the city gates here.
Yep, that's where you're coming in. So you are right about here now. And let me think if I hit
city gate. It's just near up by the stinks.
Yeah, top left corner.
Oh, top left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Sorry.
That's northwest, not southwest.
No, it's southwest if you're
It's-
using the
it-
compass on the
Yeah, the
bottom
compass
of
Oh
the
my
map. So
God.
sorry, I know.
Who put the compass facing the wrong
know.
freaking direction?
I don't know. This is a map that I adjusted and used for my own devices.
Oh, okay.
It was free from them.
Okay.
So
There's
I'm
a
back to-
spell called shop photo.
so the guys get you to the gates, and they say, all right, well, you just keep heading up and take your first left, and that's the ZWT Guild House. We can't go over there. They don't like the local law enforcement getting in their
I'm
business.
sure it
so,
has nothing to do with your education.
yeah, I take umbrance with that, sir. And you know,
Oh, you know what that word means. What does
Yeah,
it mean?
I
Tell
do.
me.
It means get the
Use
fuck
it in
out of here.
another
I'm gonna put
sentence.
you in chains.
Can I go for a pickpocket move right now? Sleight of hand?
What are you gonna pickpocket?
These guards, they acting crazy.
Okay.
Don't disrespect my man like that.
So
They
try
seem
to-
distracted.
You're gonna risk your life for 3 copper.
yeah, you're gonna.
Hey.
They don't get
I
paid
ain't worried
very
about no
well.
city guards.
I mean, you wanna try? You can. You more
no, I'm not gonna get a
certainly
murder
allowed to
hobo
try.
thing.
Let me
I'm
put
just
some
thinking out
background
loud.
music on here for when you die. Hold on.
I know. I'm
just kidding, I'm
thinking
kidding,
out
I'm
loud, I'm
I
I
like
don't
look
know,
at
who
Tom
knows?
And I like shake my head. I'm like, not a good idea.
Could be the greatest
Alright.
pickpocket
right.
alive.
I shrug at Tillian and go, okay.
My apologies, good sir. I'm getting very bloody carrying this individual.
Yeah. Well, so was I. I was helping you. Now get. Where are you at, Kel? In this, where were you trying to stay in front of the cart? Were you trying to stay away? You said make yourself scarce. So
I figured the cart was towards the back of the group, so I
Mhm.
was kind of just near the cart.
can you make a? Are you trying to like hide your appearance or anything, or?
No, just, not making a scene.
Sure.
You went
Why
the wrong
why
route.
don't you do? Why don't you do a? Give me a stealth check. I want to try. I want to see something.
Nice.
Give me another one.
You literally missed it at one point. So as they're having that discussion, the other guard he kind of elbows the guard that's mouthing off to Tor, and he snaps to attention, and he kind of like raises his hand like he's saluting, and they look at you, Kel, and they're like, they kind of get real quiet, and the other guy he like stops immediately what he's doing with this argument. Sir, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. We didn't see your cape.
It's fine.
Corporal, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize you were with them. I didn't know that City Guard was with them already. You should have said something, and we would have done more. I don't know. Do you want what's in my pockets?
No,
He was looking at my pockets.
it's fine. You're
Wait,
just
is-
doing your
is-
job.
All
Is
right.
Kel
It
some
was
kind
a
of guard?
test.
All right. Well,
What,
well,
what is
we can't.
going on?
They stay at attention, saluting you, and then they just.
I asked the
Eddie?
soldier. I asked the soldier, "Who do you think this guy is?"
Wait.
And I point to Kel.
So he said at ease, so they go at ease, and as they're walking away, they said, "Well, he's got corporal insignia on his cape." And then you have a good day, and then he walks away.
Huh.
Now what you guys
Huh.
see? Now you knew that, but you didn't know that.
Yeah, I knew that for sure.
Right.
That was all part. That was part of the plan.
Yeah, sure. So you see this insignia, and this is the same insignia that they have on somewhere on their armor.
Sorry, did somebody unzip their pants?
I was just getting some of the blood off my shoulder by unzipping something.
Oh,
Eddie, indeed. So,
So what does it look like?
I showed it to everybody, so it should have popped up on your screen.
Nope.
Did not get that, brother.
How about now?
Nothing popped up.
Nothing popped
Nope.
up?
Nope.
What?
Is it popping up at the bottom somewhere? Let's zoom out.
can we be careful with what's popping up and showing
It-
up in the
it-
bottom?
It should be there.
I do not see it.
We do not see anything.
Well,
right?
that's not cool. Let's
Zipper move was
let me make sure that there's not a your show to players.
short plays.
Nope.
I
Nothing.
was storing a drink in his pocket, and as I was carrying it, I decided I was thirsty. So
Just screen grab it and post it in the chat.
I'll do that in just a minute. I got so many things going on my screen right now. So I think what it is
Not
is
working.
oh, I see what happened. There we go.
You found the
That's
button.
going to be handy to know about later. So boop. How about now?
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
yes,
I have to select all players in order to see it in your journals, so you'll be able to see this permanently now.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
cool. Thank you.
So yeah, so that was what it's on. His cloak is like a faded black, but you can tell that at one point it was black, and then there is a red triangle with a Y, and this is a symbol that you see as you were coming into town. You saw it on the guards, and apparently the placement of where they're at somehow has something to do with their rank. The guards that you were escorted in by had it both on their right bracer.
Mm-hmm.
So, obviously, it seems that a cloak is a corporal of some sort.
To borrow that cloak later on.
So,
Yeah. Well, Kel, plot thickens here. I think we should get moving to the guild hall if you're even allowed in. Are you allowed in, Kel, to the guild hall since you are affiliated with the city guard?
I mean, I don't see why not. And then I'll like reach my hand like down into like a piece of my armor, and I'll pull out my own ZWT badge.
come on,
This guy's
credentials.
got everything in that bag. Let's sneak a peek at that bag later on too. I guess we better keep moving then, because that was mysterious.
So they directed you to just up and to the left, the next road. It's probably about 100 feet in front of you. As you guys are free to move about, you come into. You guys are now through the gates here, and you guys should see on the map the ZWT Guild House is what you're trying to get to. So.
Mm-hmm.
So
Did they tell us where a cleric or something was?
They did not, but they, made assumptions that, if you were trying to go meet with the ZWT, that is your best bet, probably.
I think we should head straight there.
Yeah.
So
Not to
without
the guild
haste,
house?
yeah, we start heading toward the guild house unless
Okay.
somebody.
no,
I
I'm just
I agree.
soaking in someone else's blood,
Yeah, I think we can.
He needs a bath.
There too.
washed in the blood. I should be praising. Why do I diss these opportunities that my God has given me to serve and to learn what it's like to be washed in the blood and what seems to be lamb skinned that has been draped upon. Oh God, praise him, Mary, Uriel. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I need to eat in this.
Yeah. Let's go.
Rictavio turns in pain, and he winces, and then he coughs blood directly onto your face
Oh God, bless it. Bless
as he lets out
it.
like a rattle of air. He does not seem to do well right now.
Hey,
think we
let's
should-
move.
I think we
Come on,
should
let's
hurry.
go.
So we
Walking
start
with
heading there.
zest.
We start heading there.
I'm sorry, somebody's talking, and I can barely hear you.
Oh, can you hear me? Okay.
Oh, there, yeah. I gotta turn you up a little bit. Hold on.
Okay.
There we go. Now
Can you
we're
hear me
good.
now?
Now you're good.
Let me
It just-
double check my settings.
You
Hang
were
on.
fine. I had you turned down to like 80% for some reason.
Oh, weird.
You bastard.
Everybody else is good though. So okay, sorry.
So yeah, we start heading to the guild house.
So who does the knocking?
Not me. I'm not opening any doors.
I will.
I got my hand
William
cut off
will.
last time.
Tillian, you go up, you rap on the door a little bit. Nobody comes to answer. It is about it's about 2 PM.
Just
Weird.
open it.
Yeah, check the door.
Okay, it is locked. It does seem to have some sort of a spot to the right that has a bit of a concave area where something that looks like the shape of a hand is pointing out towards you, like it's ready to shake your hand.
I'll shake the hand.
Okay.
Hot.
Anything?
What happened? Anything happened?
You hear? Do you twist it? Do you just like place your hand up on it? What do you do?
I
Gives it.
put my hand around it,
Okay.
like a handshake.
So you're gonna shake
Like
it
a
like an
grip it,
actual
yeah.
hand. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You hear like a mechanism start to turn, and you hear clicks and kind of these buzzing sounds in the back, and it sounds like a couple of whatever is locking this door unlock. Like.
Yep. Try the door. Try the door now.
I tried the door.
All right. It's giving you a little bit of a struggle, but it feels like it's a heavy door. So with a little bit of a push, you could probably open it up.
I'm gonna
Tom,
twist
help me with this.
I'm gonna twist and
Let's
press a
push
little
this
bit more,
thing
just to make
forward.
sure I've kind
Okay.
of triggered it all the way.
So you kind of
Whichever way it kind of gives.
you kind of like slide it to the left, and now you realize that it's kind of got some movement for the arm part that's inside the wall, and that seems to be pushing it all the way, and you're able to open the door. The door opens.
Okay.
And you are immediately greeted. Hopefully this works. Hold on, let's find out.
By spears?
No, but
Yikes.
you are met with someone with a sword drawn on you, and this is a very large, full plate,
Sweaty
seems to
dude.
be human male, pointing a longsword at you as the door is opening, and he can't see, and then he looks and sees, he meets eyes with you, and he lowers his weapon. I'm gonna see if I can show this to you. Does that
Show it to me.
do anything for everybody or no? All right, let's
No, a
do
little
it.
bit to the left.
Let's do it again. Okay. How
There
about
we
There
that?
it
go.
is.
Okay, cool.
Calador!
Now, do you guys just see the bio and info, or do you see other stuff too?
I just
Nah,
see
just Master
name,
Swords.
Master Swords.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you
So
recognize
mysterious.
Tillian specifically. You recognize Calador as the Master Swords. He is the he's basically like your house trainer, right? Like he's the guy who trained you, who did your orientation, who brought you in when you first got here and did your 6 weeks orientation. And he would be the one who leads all of those who are of a fighter type recruit.
Okay.
And he puts down his sword and he leaves it, and he pulls you in close and he gives you a hug like he hasn't seen you in a long time. And he says, "Oh my God, we thought you'd never return.
Calador, it's been not that long.
It's
No,
been
and I
8
went-
months."
And I go, ooh.
So, and I would know we haven't been gone
You
anywhere
feel
near that
like
long.
you've only been gone maybe 2 months at the
A couple-
most.
yeah, I
because
was
you were
gonna
on the
say,
sea. You
Like
know
6 weeks or
that
something.
it took about a month and a half to get to where you were, and then you were there for about a week or two.
What have you been drinking? And we've been gone 2 months.
That's not possible. That's it's been 8. I've trained 3 new groups of recruits since you've been gone.
We're-
I'm just
wait,
glad you're here. You're gonna have to tell me all about it, but you'll have to. Flick needs to see you. He needs to know where you've
Well,
been. Do you have?
Before I see Flick, we need to get this man some immediate help.
Oh,
He's on death's door, and we can't heal him.
and who's this?
That's another
Bleeder
story,
on my
too.
shoulder. Where's the infirmary?
That's another. Yeah. Perhaps when I catch you up, I'll catch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Tor. You know where the cleric station is. You should probably just take it into Zobek, and hopefully he has some answers for you. You remember where that's at? It's been 8 months.
Is it
Yes,
moved?
up to the left.
You would know where it's at. It's not like anything's changed in here. So.
Area bless you. Goodbye.
Okay.
That might be the shortest conversation I've ever had with Tor.
It was nice, wasn't it?
Anyway, what? Okay, Tor. Where's Flick?
Well, he's taking meetings right now, but as soon as he's done, I'm sure that I can get you in. here, there's like a foyer where people can kind of gather. He kind of looks to the house staff and says, gather some refreshments for our members. They're back from an obviously long journey. Let's make them as comfortable as possible and kind of clean them up a little bit. So bring some washing items. There's no time for a bath, unfortunately, but we'll get you cleaned up. And as soon as he's out of his meeting with the masters, I just left. I gave him my briefing, and that's the only reason I am here. So that's why the door was locked. If I'd have known, you were expected months ago. So
If I had known that we were expected months ago, I would have been here. You know how I am about being there on time.
yes, but what you lack in punctuality, you make up with in skill, and I appreciate that, and will always vouch for you. I'm so glad that you're back. Did you? And he glances over at Kel and says, and who might you be?
I went with Tor.
Oh, you ran a tour? Okay.
Yeah.
He would have glanced at that, but he was so confounded that you guys had shown up. He kind of so he'll ask you, who was the, well, first of all, who's the man dying? And secondly, bleeding in our guild house.
To be perfectly honest, we're still trying to figure it out ourselves. So we landed. Well, okay. So we landed, and I fill him in on everything.
Okay.
It's probably easier just to go through that. But
that's fine. We don't have to roleplay that. No, you're fine.
Yeah. So I fill him in on everything, and I wouldn't hold anything back from him. I don't think.
Sure.
So for the most part, I'm pretty open about the travels, and while I have a somewhat trusting feeling of Kel, that I'm still figuring out who he is exactly, but I do trust him so far. He's given me no reason not to trust him. Okay. And seeing the way he rescued a guy that we knew was dead, in all likelihood, I, as a fighter and soldier, that got a certain amount of respect for me. So I kind of let him know, I do believe him to have good intentions, but we don't know yet truly what those intentions are.
Okay, so you're giving him a rundown on your feels, your first impressions. Well, we'll definitely have to have more discussions with him. It looks like he's from good stock. I wouldn't mind having another fighter.
I have yet to fight with the man.
Have you seen his skill in battle?
No.
He seems weird.
It's unfortunate. Oh, didn't see you there. You're so sneaky.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
Rogue.
Tom for you.
He's just sitting there eating biscuits on the side because the refreshments have shown up now. Please, wash up. Be just a few moments now. I'm going to go check on Tor and see if he and Zobek have figured out what's going on. And maybe I'll have an opportunity to talk to.
Yeah, just take it easy on him, Calidor. Obviously, he's been through a lot, so I wouldn't interrogate him, but you can certainly. I mean, far be it for me to tell you how to do it, but he's, I wouldn't interrogate the man.
I'll be soft.
Be your usual discreet self.
Absolutely. I just need to know who's in the guild house, because if they find out I let somebody in, I trust you, and I trust your judgment. You've shown me that you are more than capable of handling things, and I don't think you will do anything to disgrace the house. I just need to make sure I know who is in the house before I get questioned about it from Flick.
I understand. I would not have brought him here if I was worried. Tom doesn't trust anybody.
And that's how I assumed you feel. What was that?
I wouldn't trust that guy.
Tom, you don't trust? Well,
I don't trust anybody.
You are from the House of Rogues, so House of Knives don't trust anybody, and that's part of your charm. I appreciate that.
Just saying, Calidor.
What do you not trust about him?
I don't know. I don't like the cut of his jib.
Excuse me?
I'm kidding. He just popped out of nowhere and has a lot of things that can't be explained.
Interesting. Well, time will tell. Flick will make the final decision whether he stays or goes.
Where is Flick? Where's Flick at?
Still in meetings. So I'm gonna go check on. I'm gonna go check on Tor. See what's going on there, and I'll be back for you very shortly. Feel free to sit down, put your feet up. I know you've traveled a long way. Obviously, you're tired. We'll get this over as soon as possible and hopefully get you into bed. No pun intended. As soon as possible, so you can rest. And he kind of like bids you adieu, and he walks off towards the direction that Tor and Kel went. You guys are free to move about. You're kind of there's not like any, places that you're not allowed in, except for, there's obvious places you're not allowed in that are for the master's quarters and like some meeting rooms and stuff like that. And there's business that's going on in the ZWT guild house. This is where most of the business is done and the orders are made and the missions are given, and this is like the group house, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but you guys are able to walk around, whatever. There doesn't seem to be too many people. They all seem to be in that meeting that you'd be familiar with, the people that would be here. So
Okay.
With that, I will move over to Tor and
Kel?
Kel. Yeah, hold on, I was bringing something up so I could show it,
Calendar.
but I gotta make that adjustment to this sheet so they can see him.
So are we just hanging out, me and Tillian?
Yeah, for right now, he just told you guys to chill
Waiting
there
area?
in the waiting area so that you guys can get ready to debrief.
Does that count? Does this count as a long rest, or are we just
Yeah, I would say this is a short rest right now.
okay? Just
Yeah.
curious. Just asking.
A long rest is 8 hours, so
Got it.
or 6 or more, I think, depending on, there's different classes and different things that can change that for you. If you want to regain some strength, you would roll hit die.
Okay. Oh, cool. Hold on.
And while you're doing that, go ahead and do that. You can do that on the side while we're having our little powwow with Tor. Tor, you rush in with him on your back. You open the door to what would be considered the infirmary in the room. This kind of like a temporary setup. But as soon as you open the door, there's nobody there. But there are beds, and there are things to administer aid medically to people. What do you do?
Well, this... no one is ever working. What is this, some sort of a black anatomy class or something? Oh, it's like a bad vision I've had once. Find the closest bed and start administering as many medical things I can, and along with praying like, oh, okay, please. Ariel, man, if you'll make this stop bleeding, I bet he'll stop drinking for the rest of his life, or you bless him. Wrapping things up, using my tail, my hand. I'm actually just working bandages left and right. And it's like, oh, if you take the swelling away and what I'm betting is his brain, he will be a good person and, not stalk people. And I've done all I can. And then just kind of look around the room.
You're doing your best with what you got. Above the bed, there's a stone that kind of floats, and it's like a crystal, more like a crystal. And when you put him on the bed, it was white, and then it turned yellow, and very quickly went to orange, and then to red, and then it started to blink, and then it started to kind of have this very high pitched, almost like electrical sound coming from it. Yep, exactly like that. And then it turns blue. And at that moment, this man in medical gear on top of a form of armor that seems to be cleric in nature bursts through the door with his hands up like he's ready for surgery. And he looks like this. And you do recognize this as through all the garb as Zobek. And he gets out of the way. He comes in, he pushes you out of the way. What are we doing with? What are we working with?
Some
What's
sort
going
of holy damage, not religious of any sort, but he's filled with holes from a magic I have never seen, from weapons I have never conceived.
I've never seen damage like this before. That's a lot of damage.
Holy damn it.
Can you do anything for him? I tried my best, but apparently it's just a strange anti-winter type
I don't know. Go to the golden cabinet. Get me the black ointment.
The white gold or the gold cabinet?
The gold.
I go and I
Metallic.
just do it while he's asking.
Okay. It's very specific.
There's
So
a lot of gold. I mean, it's.
I bring it over while he's talking about gold.
So he grabs the ointment from your hand. He like dips his hand in. No time for caution, and he starts slathering around in the areas. He starts muttering some things under his breath, and he's saying like some prayers and things. He's saying.
I would like to
something
join
slightly
hands with
different.
him as he does this.
He takes his hand, his left hand that's away, the right hand is on top of the goop, and he's like filling these holes. He's just spackling these holes in, and he like puts his hand up, and he slaps your hand in like a bro-ish way.
Bro,
Yes,
grip.
Brother Tor. Yes.
Praise thee of Ariaman. Join me, Zobek.
Harriman.
Join me, Ariaman. We'll just keep going. She is a winter goddess of many names,
Okay,
and
all of
many
them.
more to
All the
come.
lords.
Everyone, just plow down. What do you have to say?
I thought you'd pick Lathander, whatever, like me. He said, no big deal. He's like, saying his prayers in his mind, and you start to see this kind of like electrical shock come from his hand, from Tor, through him into Rictavio, and they're just like trying to resuscitate. Holy! And then the light above turns white again, and he like kind of crumbles onto the infirmary bed. Sometimes we do our best, and
What?
the gods, they do whatever they want, but that's our place. It's not our place to ask questions. As he looks up into the sky, looking for answers, as if he is
I
questioning.
approach the Rictavio's body.
Okay.
And close his eyelids. Kneel down, get my head close to him. Whisper the Resistance's last rites. Hasta la vista, baby.
Now, thus saith Ariaman.
The crystal above explodes.
That was amazing.
That was great. Take inspiration, please, for that. That was super good.
Amazing.
Rictavio does not come back, but as you're kind of kneeling down there, where your hands are and how you're positioned, it's just so that his right hand kind of flops out, and a ring slips off of his ring finger and into your hand. Like, it just is kind of, there's nothing magical about it, it's just coincidence, and you feel this sense of like he wanted you to have this even in death. And Zobek sees this, and he says, as the gods will.
I can't believe we lost him.
And he takes you, Tor, and he hugs you. He gives this big hug and says, this is something that I can't teach. It's something that happens in battle.
But the gods, I thought they would. And then I just walk off.
Yep. And Zobek is just nodding his head. He's like, has that look on his face like, I've thought that a few times. And he looks at you, Kel, and he says, he's strong. Are you a cleric?
No.
Well, do you want to be one?
Sure.
Oh, excellent. We obviously need a lot more. We were really sad that Tor was not here for so long. It's been 8 months. I thought I was going to have to train even more. We don't get too many clerics at the ZWT. I know it's crazy, but we get tons of fighters. We have tons of magic users that are not, clerical in nature. But we're unsung heroes. We need to be there. So yeah. Well, I'll talk to Flick. If we can make that happen, maybe next cycle, I can get you in.
Yeah. It's gotta do my part.
I mean, I saw what you did. You tried your best, and despite our best efforts, it didn't work out the way we wanted it. But it's you held your own, and I appreciate that. And what was that prayer that you said? Asta beast, Asta balasta bamba. What was it?
It's personal.
Oh, okay.
It's my
well,
own.
yeah,
It's
I
from
get it.
my own family.
Oh, I see. All right, new gods, old gods, they're all welcome here. So, well, maybe I'll get a chance to share in this knowledge with you later. So we'll see what you can do.
Of course.
I'm gonna take care of this, and he kind of waves his hands across Rictavio's body, and he says, "Why don't you go hang out with Tor in the meeting room out front? I gotta take care of this. So, yeah, I'm gonna need a little privacy."
Okay. I put my hand on Rictavio's shoulder one last time, and then I leave the room and put the ring on as I walk through the door.
Okay. You put the ring on and you're walking to the meeting room, or I'm sorry, the foyer, to meet with the rest of the group. Tor, what did you do when you left the room? Did you just kind of meander around, or did you?
I just meandered around.
Okay.
But I hear conversation, so I gradually walk back towards them.
Okay.
So as I see Kel first, I would assume I will. So did you save our friend?
Oh, he was too far gone, I guess.
Well, here's to Rictavio. I didn't know him, but he sacrificed himself for us, and that I can't forget.
He's a good man.
And when you say that, Kel, you hear in the back of your head, "I think my name is Rictavio."
I'm do my best to not outwardly react.
Hello, is this thing on?
I'm gonna try
What's going
to
on?
within. I'm gonna just notice that no one else seems to hear this, and then I'm gonna just kind of in my own head be like, "Hello?
This is Rictavio. Can you hear me?
Yes?
I am in the ring that you put on.
Oh,
Do you acknowledge that I exist?
yes?
Great. I'm going to be with you forever. If you have questions, just call me.
Oh,
I'll leave you alone. I know this is very weird. It's very weird for me. It's tiny in here, but not as small as you think.
I really hope I'm not going crazy."
Goodbye. It kind of fades off into the distance. It appears that something about that ring that you put on has him attached to it, and he is at the very least able to communicate with you.
Oh,
Somehow his spirit attached to that when you said what you said and exploded the crystal above, something about that fusion made that happen. So yeah, you basically have a ring of mind shielding now. If you want to add that to your list,
You're gonna need that for later.
you will get all the other benefits for it. I would put it up here on there, but it's a standard item that you can look up.
yeah. I got it.
Let me just double check just so I can see if everybody else needs to see that or whatever. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, I don't have that option. That's fine. I thought I was going to be able to just share it with everybody, but I got to set it up separately. Okay, so yeah, if you guys want to know what that does, just type in Ring of Mind Shielding in the compendium. All right, so Kel, Tom, and Tillian, you're all in the front space. Tor, did you join them?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys are all there together. Calidor, you hear the boot steps of Calidor's, not so gracious walk, kind of whip around the corner. Boom, 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 boom. Meetings are done. Flick will see you now. Get your debriefing on what happened in the South Seas. Are you guys prepared for this? Are you ready?
About damn time. We're waiting here all day.
What happened to, I see Tor, did you guys find Zobek? Did you?
Come here, Kel.
Uh,
Not Kel. Cal. I meant Cal.
Cal?
Calidor.
Oh, wait. Oh, you gonna? Oh, we're shortening names now. Okay. Well, Till. Yeah. He leans in.
We're raising a drink.
Oh,
We lost a man today.
oh, toasting. Oh, losing a man in battle is a terrible thing.
But he saved many.
Sounds like a
To
Great.
Rictavio.
great hero. Rictavio. I'm sorry. Rictavio. And Cal grabs one of the little glasses that it was brought out to you guys and raises it with you.
Was his surprise, did it seem to me more like he thought it was a weird name,
Yeah.
or he knew who it was?
It came off as a weird name. Go ahead and roll an insight check.
Who? Kel?
I'm sorry,
or-
Kel. Whoever wants to know, roll an insight
I
check.
want to know, so I'm rolling one.
I was gonna say you're about to get 4 rolls.
It's real good. It was real good.
You said insight.
Yeah, insight check.
Tom for the win.
Oh, and Tillian. Wow.
Tillian also for the win.
So it did come out as if, like, just surprised, like he was saying it like, I don't.
The fuck is that?
That's a name. Like, it's an uncommon name, right? Where you're from. It's not common for you guys either. But there was something in his voice, like a little bit of recognition, like something about the way he said it. But he went right back to, hey, let's do the drink. There was some sort of familiarity in there. So
I'll acknowledge it in my head, but I'm not gonna address it.
Okay. As you guys raise your glass and take your sips, he touches his lips and then he kind of like real quickly splashes it onto the curtain behind him, almost like he's trying not to drink, but he doesn't want to let you know that. But it's very obvious, so I'm not making you roll checks and anything like that. It's pretty obvious because you're gonna hear the splash against it, but it's like that's kind of what he's doing. Okay. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I believe so.
Flick is
Do you have
not one
something
for
against
patience.
good drinks in honor of someone that we know?
Well, I don't know
Tor,
what you're
we
talking
can't
about.
keep Flick waiting though. We can continue our drinks later though.
Flick my
I drank
For
it.
sure,
I don't know
Tor.
what you're talking about. He completely denies.
Yes. We reigned inside on the
You don't like the way-
drapes all of a
You don't
sudden.
like the way I drink things, Tor?
I mean, if you have a twitch, I understand. I mean, it happens to most people after they've been battling for long.
I kind of grab Tor and start
You only
making our
died
way.
on my
I
shoulder.
understand you
Pat.
lost a man today, and I'm gonna let this slide. But you talk to me out of line like that again, I'm gonna have your ass.
Are you going to drink it?
No, but I want to toss it against
That's
the window
what, at
just like
that
this.
point, when he says, "Are you gonna drink it?" I shove Tor like down the hallway.
Get in this room right now. I'll talk to you later.
Fine.
So he kicks open the door, lets you guys in, and so it begins. I mean, so it continues. Let me set Flicks up here real quick so you guys Dang it.
You gonna drink it?
I'm sorry. I'm
was
very
good.
bloody still. I'm very
That's
tired.
good. No, it makes sense. Like this is great. This is a great roleplay.
Get that man a cheese stick. He needs some string cheese.
He hasn't had his snacks because he walked away before the snacks were served.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are brought into this kind of big, like a long hallway that you're not accustomed to being in. Only high-ranking members of the guild are there, or those who have gone on a mission and come back and to do a debriefing. This is the debriefing room, the war room they also call it. So you come in, you see 3 rangers, 1 female halfling, 1 that's completely covered in leather armor. I can't tell one way or the other, and 1 guy who is wearing a very heavy cloak. It's very obvious that they're rangers by their quivers and the equipment that they're wearing. Looks like maybe they got back from a mission recently. And the 3rd one, the guy, he has a eye patch. So they all walk past you, and then a very a very attractive elf female walks out, and Tom, you would recognize her as Brio, who is the head of like the rogues, like she's the master of knives. So she's who you report to. She looks at you, kind of gives a nod, like an acknowledgement. She doesn't make the big stink that Calidor did, and kind of like turns and walks out of the building. You guys are motioned in by Calidor, and at the end of the hallway, at the end of the table, there is a very tall for a dwarf male who is very large in stature, considering, has a shortened beard, which is off-putting for like what you're expecting from a dwarf, and then this shock of white hair kind of up in a mohawk, and some like blue war paint, which you have seen this guy around. You know that he's the leader of the ZWT, or the Zeds, as the townsies called them. But here, you guys see that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
What's his name again?
His name is Flick. I forgot that does not show you his name unless I do that. So
Rare Wunderkind.
oh, you do see it. Okay. So his name is Flick Rare Wunderkind. And as you come in, Calidor shuts the door behind you and stays along with you for the debriefing. And he stands up and he motions to the table to like have a seat, you know.
I sit. I'm a sit. I sit down.
What are you laughing at?
It's Ric Flair.
Yes. Figured it out.
Wait, what's Ric Flair? How did I
Flick
miss that?
Rare. Ric Flair. Flick Rare.
The Wonder Kid.
The Wonder Kid, yes.
The Wonder Kid.
I'm not good at anagrams.
Woo!
Woo!
So as you sit, he kind of sits there and stares at each of you with a long glance, just like expecting you to just come out with it.
What's up, Buttercup?
He glares at you.
I
He
don't even know
smells
where
the
to
air.
begin.
I take a napkin off the table and just kind of clean some of the blood off. You know what
Trying-
I can
trying to
of
clean
my
more.
face. Just have something that doesn't smell like someone else's A positiveness.
Alpha. So noise was coming out of Tillion's mouth, so he immediately draws that immediately draws his attention. He looks over at her.
I don't know where to begin, Flick. What?
Let's start.
Calidor said that we've been gone 8 months, but we've been gone 2. So
And then I go into the story
Mhm.
of our travels.
Yada yada yada. That's great.
Yeah.
I'm not so much interested in how long it's taken you to get back here. I wasn't concerned. That was Calidor's concern. That was Zobek's concern. I'm concerned with, did you get the information that we sent you for? You're in the ZWT Guildhouse on your first mission. Debriefing. If you have given us nothing or not more to go on to find these animals, we don't have a use for you.
Wait, are we out of the guild?
That's what I'm trying to discern.
I'm gonna kind of like eyeball him, like look at him, and trying to like make like a little rectangle with like my hands, like. And then mouth
What is this?
book.
Are you pantomiming some?
Oh, the book. Hey, Kel, let me see that book. May has information about this stupid.
I already told you where it was.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Not in
we
my
just
notes.
didn't actually like say where it is, but I
Oh!
didn't say where it was.
Oh.
He's just trying to give you information. He's trying to say, hey, remember the book?
Yeah, I remember. Can
So,
I look
okay.
at the book really quick? Can we tell him? I don't. What? Yeah, I don't have the book. I I grabbed the book from Kel slyly, of course, sleight of hand style, and I
You let him do
flipped
that?
to the.
Yeah.
What was
Okay.
that?
Okay, no, I'm
Well,
just making sure.
I like have my finger like on the page,
Oh, okay,
so like when I hand it to him, it's already on the right page.
okay.
Oh. I then read the location to Flick and say, "Mission accomplished." Mission accomplished.
What is this mission accomplished? The mission just started. This is the beginning.
Oh.
But it's a good start. What is this? You have a location?
Yes. This.
Well, please, by all means,
Location.
tell me where this location is. You're reading very, very well at an 8th grade level.
I try not to get extremely angry from that insult.
He's just a man of few words, and he's just trying to get to the point.
I
That's
don't know what
the
book says.
attitude you guys are getting. Like he's busy.
Oh, well then, what does the book say? I don't want to metagame.
We didn't actually. Yeah, we didn't
I
actually.
We
didn't-
read what
It's
the book
fine.
said last
This
time?
is gonna get. Yeah, we didn't come up with that. This is fine. This is going just exactly as it's supposed to. So don't worry. So
Okay.
he kind of motions like, let me see the book.
I hand him the book.
Okay, so he takes the book. He kind of looks at it. He fills it. He's like, this feels like Skjolfra's work. Where did you get this?
Whose work?
Skjolfra. This is a name you would recognize as the druid person who, like, the trainer for the druids,
Oh.
who he then divulges to you that she's also the record keeper. So she makes like the books, the knowledge base, and she's like kind of in charge of tracking on and putting all the knowledge of the ZWT and the things that they find. She's kind of like the note taker.
Okay, this is
This-
out of character. Did I get this?
You
did I
did
get
not.
The book from
No.
Rictavio or from the
You
old
got
lady?
this from Morgantha, the old lady. That was part of
Okay.
your goods that you got. You had it for this particular purpose. So, FYI,
Okay, so I'm supposed to be showing it.
you're supposed to be showing. This is basically your proof that this is to
from the
get
future.
to the next thing, because the thing that you came here for is more important. So,
Yeah.
Well, it says here that this is very interesting that tracking the location in Dylan's forest, and that's it's very odd that you show up now with this information, with this book from Skjolfra, our records keeper, and she happens to be missing in the very location that this is, that we should be looking. Is this and he looks around at you all and has like this untrustworthiness about him, like where he's looking at you because he's kind of confused and concerned at this information, because apparently something's gone awry. He kind of head nods to Calidor. He says, bring the rangers back in.
Rangers.
Look, despite my appearance, I don't got time to bleed and to wait for you to gather a crew of people.
Well, if you'd like to go alone, that's fine. If you want some backup, that's on the table as well.
Well, so he's
But
not
the
pissed
last
at
time
us.
that we sent 8 men in, we got 1 back.
And
Who's the one? Can we talk to that guy?
You guys hear the door like kind of rustle, like rumble open, and then Calidor comes in, and then the 3 rangers that you saw walk out earlier.
Oh, these
And
clowns.
I'll share them with
Sorry.
you. And yeah, so they come in, and the one with the eye patch, he doesn't say anything. He seems to be the most distraught. And hold on a second, I gotta share something with you. He comes in, and and Flick looks at him and says, "Solomon, show them." And he tosses his trinket onto the table.
What is it?
Boop. And it is the symbol of the snake cult that you guys are looking for. This is literally some of the only information you guys had is what the symbol looked like. You had no items of it. And it was what was on the sail that attacked your ship in the beginning. You guys get another into the southern seas, southern isles. Solomon seems a bit too shaken up, but he seems eager to get back out. So he kind of like folds his arms, sharpens his knives, kind of takes a back seat, sits in the corner, while the other 2 rangers kind of just wait to do what they're told.
I turned to Flick and asked him, is this our next official mission? To go to this forest and hunt down these guys?
I'm glad that
Or
you
you said-
volunteered. Great volunteer work.
Rubbish.
We're going to be sending our best rangers with you, so they can help you track.
Thing.
Thanks, Tom.
Yeah,
So-
it was a question. I don't-
Well, now it's a command. So
now
Thank
it's a
you.
command.
thank you for volunteering. Also, he stands up and he looks at you all and he says, "Welcome to the ZWT." And he stands up and walks out. The rangers.
Wait. Good sir. Good
wait.
Flick.
He looks at you like,
I get up and I walk towards him. And I make the gesture with my right hand, and he knows what I'm talking about. With a strong elbow pointed down to the ground with a mighty fist up in the air. And we clang together our right hands, and I say, "Thank you, you son of a bitch."
he looks at you and he sees your hand motion like waving in the wind. He looks at you strangely and he says, "Has Selbek been teaching you spells while he's drunk again?"
Maybe.
That sounds about right. Listen, just go find out what you can. There's going to be more information. Feel free to move about the compound. I'm sure you'll know where that's at now. Go meet
Does he
with
give me
your
back my book?
leaders.
Yeah, did we get the book back? Is it on the desk still?
He does have it in his
What?
hand, and he looks at.
Oh,
He saw it come from Kel. He said, "Kel, I'm going to hold on to this for just a bit. I want to make sure this is not skill for us. Something about this doesn't feel right. You will have it back by morning."
Insight check.
Go ahead.
insight check.
I don't trust anybody.
This actually feels right to you. It feels okay.
Okay.
You're not getting any weird vibes, and he seems to be a man of his word. So,
Do like that book.
as Flick continues to leave, Tor's arm's still kind of hanging in the wind, and you feel this like really
Pulsating
thin,
and flexing with pure awesomeness.
this real thin slap that's very hard come into the middle of the hand, bam, and it's a hand, but it's very rigid, and there's no cushion to it at all. And you get the reaction that you were looking for, and you hear this voice come from it's one of the rangers that was fully covered, and you just see like the mouth moving underneath like this burlap sack. Hold on. I can't believe I didn't do this for every single one of these guys. So hold on a second.
It's like a hand, but smaller.
It's like a hand, but smaller. And this guy,
look, it's Kane.
he's like, yeah, right. I saw this yesterday in a game that we're playing, and I'm like, dadgummit, he's using the same. And I've had this for the same character for like a year, a couple years. And his voice starts to speak. He's like, so I'm really sorry to hear about that guy that you guys brought in, and he crapped out on you in the infirmary, right?
That's right, Kindle.
Oh, you remember my name? That's great. That's
I
great.
never forget a cloaked face.
You know, I'm so happy, you know, because I can't take it off. You know, I'm a scarecrow underneath. Everyone knows that, but
I bless you. You just remember, every man accepts us all as we are.
well, except for constructs, which I am. So, that's cool. But also, I'm looking forward to working with you guys, and I think that things are gonna get a little spicy out there. You know, I heard Solomon came back and he was a little cuckoo, you know, not doing great. Something happened out there. He was looking for his daughter. Some weird shit's going on out there in the forest.
By the way, when he said he's a construct, I am immediately like,
Oh, right.
I don't trust that guy.
So you're like immediately on guard.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, with good reason. So, anyway, Kindle, you know, says his goodbyes. Like he like kind of like he's trying to make an introduction with all you guys, and like backs out, like, you know, the hey ho ha, and leaves with Vlora, and Solomon kind of goes without even so much as glancing in you guys' direction. But he does come back and he grabs the snake cult symbol, puts it back in his pocket, and walks out. So everybody
Tor
leaves.
remembers this.
Everybody leaves, and Calidor is still there, and he tells you guys, so you heard what he said, meeting with your leadership. We're gonna get you rooms, get you bunks, get your per diem, get your items.
Did you say per diem?
Yes, that's right. When you're part of the ZWT, you have 50 gold a month each. We're paid well.
All right, finally.
Room and board. Dinner's at 7. Lights out at 10. Kel, you with me? I got your stuff out. You know what, Kel, would you like to be a member of the ZWT? I get carte blanche if you become, if you look like you can handle yourself in a fight.
This guy.
And you came back with the mission and pretty important information that we needed. Sounds like you're on board. You down to clown?
Sure.
Great.
Kind of a little unsure about my shore, but
And I thought that's all I need to hear. All right, well, follow me. We'll get you fitted. We'll get you guys all your ZWT merch, so you guys can represent.
There's a uniform?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not a uniform. It's just, it's you know,
Embellishments?
wear an insignia so that we all can identify each other. We know who's who, and if we come across our, you know, unfortunately a body from time to time, we can identify them unless they've been pillaged and they've been enchanted, so we can track it. So
what are the colors?
red, black, and white.
Red, black, and white.
Yeah, I mean, it's adjustable, but definitely a lot of red.
How do I make my way to Brio?
Brio, yeah. So
Brio?
Brio is yours. So what is gonna happen is you guys leave. Are you guys all? What do you guys do? Like, you gotta tell me. I don't want to railroad you.
I asked Kindle, how do I find Brio?
Oh, Brio, she's at the back of the compound. So just you know, I mean, everybody's gonna go the same direction. So they're all in the same area. You're not gonna miss them.
All right.
And actually, if you can't find them, 7 o'clock That's dinner, and no one misses dinner. All right, so
Let's all get freshened up, find our situation, and let's reconvene at 7.
Sounds good.
What time is it now?
it's about 4 o'clock. So you got like 3 hours. Go get like a quick nap. For those of you who decided that you wanted to do a short rest during the tour, you can't because you were doing stuff. I'll say everybody could do a short rest within this this time period between now and dinner, if you want. But you don't have to. You will get rest at the end of the night, or at the end of dinner. So
I want to bathe and then like walk around, like kind of explore the compound and try to find the records area.
Okay, sure.
Records/library.
I am going to settle in and unload all my swag, and then possibly scout out if there's a place to sell most of it, and then go try and find my the leader of the House of Knives.
Okay.
If I can.
So, what about Tillian? You and Kel are gonna follow Calidor, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna clear all this stuff off. So Calidor takes you two, and the rest of you you're all going the same direction. So you guys all move across this bridge that seems to kind of separate the guild house with the rest of the city, and takes you across the way to, if you're looking at the map, the Zero War Training Guild compound. Hold on a second, I think I'm on the wrong. There we go. Yes, that right there. Thank you. So you guys are in this little area. This is where the training happens. This is where the different guild member houses are kind of separated so that you can have focus training. And then a little bit further back is where the group training would happen. And then also that is where Aryas City Watch or barracks, that's where all the military for the city are housed, and you guys train together sometimes. So a little bit of animosity because you guys are kind of seen as the elite warriors, where they're just kind of community college, you know what I mean? Not that there's anything wrong with community college.
We respect all community college people.
We do respect all community colleges, but that's kind of like the difference, right? Like this is
start here, go anywhere.
Associate's degree, bachelor's degree. So everybody who is in the ZWT compound section has already done all of the things that anybody in the barracks has done and more. So okay, so you guys all head over there. Calidor takes you guys to you two to the area where the fighters kind of like are gathered, and they're doing their training, and they're kind of like, you know, talking about different fighting techniques, and just learning stuff. You know, a little rec area. A lot of that going on. And then Tor, yours is more in the center. The center of this area is where kind of like the temple is. So anybody who wants to worship or learn the clerical arts can do that. There's also
where's the bathhouse?
Part of that for like a monastery. There would be a bathhouse actually in the monastery / temple. So that is probably where you'll hit first, everybody, if you want to do a bath. But before you do that, you at least Kel and Tillian, you guys go in. Calidor takes you to a section of the building where it looks like an equipment kind of like locker. Assigns you 2 lockers. It tells you where your rooms are at. Looks like it's kind of like a shared space where there's like real thin walls. You're basically getting a 6x10 with a bed, a foot locker, and a place to hang your stuff.
Okay.
And that's kind of how they do it. It's very militaristic.
Yep.
And what he hands you is basically the same kind of equipment that you have right now, just flavored in a ZWT manner. So it's all new and sharp, and you know it's like brand new. So you would be very familiar with it. Everything's the same. So it's just like, you know, uniform goods.
Okay. It's like your dress blues.
Yes, it's like your dress blues. So you also get your first 50 gold for being a member, so that you can build up on supplies or anything like that. They do have a storehouse there, but they do also recommend going out to the bazaar and mingling with the people in the town so that they can see you, and buying some of your goods there. So they don't really have like a whole lot there, but they have some stuff.
Okay.
So you guys get settled in there, take your nap if you want. If you go to the temple, go do your bath, whatever. That's up to you guys. Tor, you're going to do something similar. You're going to the temple, and Zobek is there. He's actually washing off the blood that he got on himself in the wash station as you approach. And he kind of pats you on the back and says, his condolences, and says, when you're ready, I'll be over here, and I'll have your new tunic and your items ready.
Thank you. I'm going to soak for about 5 hours.
Oh, okay. Gonna hit the bathhouse. Got it.
Yes.
That's a good move. I'm much too busy. I have things to do. But you head over to the changing station. I'll just leave it there for you. Okay. I'll put it in a lockbox. Tell him that Zobek left you something, and it'll be ready for you.
Thank you. Good
See you at dinner. And yeah, talk to you soon. Kindle's kind of been walking with you guys. Vlora and Solomon, they kind of peeled off and did their own thing, but Kindle was kind of hanging out, palling around with Tom. He's like,
Is Kindle a rogue?
Kindle is a ranger.
A ranger, got it.
But he's just a little kooky, a little weird, a little different, but he's very friendly. So
Does he know? Does he know thieves can't?
it's
Some type of language.
You know what? I think he does. Let me
he and I engage a little bit of.
Check this real quick. Oh man. Oh, did it not fully port out? Well, we're gonna say yes, he does.
He and I engage in a secret conversation that sounds like small talk, but
Okay.
really it's and
So
I ask him what's
Thieves'
been
Camp
going on.
is more of like a symbol type thing. So you guys are kind of
It's both.
throwing gang signs to each other and
No, it
intermingling.
says it's dialect.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that's right.
both.
Okay,
Mixed
I'm sorry.
Dialect and jargon.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought
it's
it
like-
was only written
I
two.
thought it was only written.
But it's actually
Shut up.
both. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
reading it. Yeah.
Well, you know then. Well, that's
I
good.
did a little character sheet there. Looked
Got
at
your
it.
homework?
Yeah, man. I'm just gonna dive in.
Sweet.
He and I engage in a little small talk via Thieves' Cant, and I ask him what's happened the last 8 months with the guild, and
He's like, I can see Gucci.
Gucci. I say flim flam, walla bam.
Prada Rolex Lamborghini.
Like Sims now.
Yeah. Stupid. So you guys are having a little conversation. Nobody else, except for literally every other rogue and every other ranger who's taken it, can hear you, which is not a lot until you get closer to your area. And he basically just kind of like tells you that there have been a lot of missions that have been kind of launched to try to figure out what's happening with this supposed snake cult, which apparently looks like it's most definitely a real thing now. And they're starting to have stories pop up all over the nation where this snake cult is kind of getting big and kind of like hiding in the recesses of the political landscape of the nation. So it's like this foundation that's eroding itself underneath, and people don't know why or where it's coming from or how it's happening. And the ZWT is really one of the only people who are really as worried about it enough to go and do the things that they're doing. Most recently, about 6 months ago, almost the same time that you guys went to go do your thing, when they sent you out on your mission, is when they launched this mission, and some people were sent out to a location that was supposed to be some ruins in the forest north of there. And I'm sorry, I guess it'd be west of here or whatever. Yeah, west of here. West of here. And they never came back. They sent another group after them, which is the group that you guys just met. And Kendall is not a part of that, but he's now basically replacing one of the people who didn't make it back. He tells you Solomon's pretty tight-lipped about everything that happened. One of the people that he went to go retrieve was his daughter, and that didn't happen. So no sign of her, couldn't find her, wasn't sure what happened. So that's about all the information that you get. Everything in town has been okay. This city seems to be untouched by the snake cult so far. There's other things going on, like seedy, shady deals in the bazaar, and people making back alley deals, and off the books bets and just like random stuff that you guys would chit chat about as a rogue.
I asked him about the druid leader, whatever her name is, the druid chronicler.
Oh yes, Skillfra.
Yeah, Skillfra. How long ago did she go missing?
She was in the that first group, so she went missing when you
Oh,
guys
she's in the first
did.
group.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay. I thank him for the information, and I slip him 1 gold piece for the info.
Oh, your fresh 50 gold is about to hit you, man. You know what? I'm gonna take it. I'm not gonna say no. And he grabs it.
A -1 gold.
And he kind of like says, he gives you a little elbow bump. He says, "Hey, good talking to you." And then up there is where Brio should be. That's where the rogues all hang out. I don't go in there too much. I'm afraid of losing all my gold, so I'm gonna walk this way. I'll talk to you later. See you at 7.
See you at 7.
And he heads off his way, and you head up into a room. Brio, which I showed you guys Brio, right?
No.
Did I not? Okay.
I can't
Here we go.
wait.
Here we go. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that this was a step I needed to do. First time for everything. Whip.
Okay.
It's not Master of Rogues, but it's Master of Knives, whatever. Both ways.
Yeah. Master of Rogues, Master of Knives.
So Brio, she doesn't seem to talk a lot, and so she does a lot of her communication with her eyes, and she kind of like looks you up and down as you're coming up the steps. She says, "What took you so long?" Turns around, walks through the doors, opens it, and seems to kind of open it and motions you in.
Oh, I go in and I explain to her in as few as words possible what happened on the mission, because I don't think she's been briefed at this point, right? Because she wasn't in the room with us when we were talking to Flick.
No.
So I catch her up on what happened, about how we got, like to catch her up.
Well, I wasn't worried. I knew that you could handle yourself, but
Yeah.
it's always hard whenever you lose a pupil, so I'm just glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
Good, I'm glad to hear that. She looks, you guys kind of come into this like little meeting area, like a little foyer, but much smaller. She turns around, and at the door that you guys walk through, she knocks on it in a certain way that turns into this kind of Morse code thieves' cant, and then turns a knob on the opposite side of the door, and the floor beneath you starts to lower, and you guys are like, kind of taken downstairs.
Sweet.
So this top part has basically just become a ruse for anybody who's trying to come in here and figure out things that you don't notice anybody up there anyway. So you go downstairs, and then you start hearing the noises, the hustle and the bustle of everything, of like what you would assume, people walking around, making conversation.
I ask her, what can she tell me about Salomon and what is her name that disappeared from the druid?
Vlora. Sorry.
Vlora. I wrote it down and I can't remember. I can't make it what I made. Vlora, you said?
I don't pay much attention to the rangers. They're just weird. They're grunts. No, they're not much better than fighters. In fact, in my opinion, they're the worst. I don't really associate with them. They offer me nothing. So unfortunately, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, you're not in agreement.
What else do I want to know from her?
While you're talking,
I
she's
ask her,
taking you to like a kind of a round room, and it seems to be that's where you will be staying. And in the middle of the room, there's a round bed, and there is a footlocker that's open, and then on top of you, the bed is all of your equipment and items that you would have, and a little pouch.
Oh, it's in the pouch.
And I want to check.
I open the pouch. What's?
It's your per diem, stupid. And then she shuts the door and walks away. Dinner's at 7, and she walks away.
All right.
So, everybody has received their items. They received their 50 gold. Dinner is at 7. That's not necessarily unless there's things that you want to do at dinner. It's not something you need to role play. So up to you guys.
Did I find the library in the records room?
Oh, that's right.
Wanderings?
So are you wandering around the Fighters Guild area, or are you trying to the whole place?
Just like as much of the compound as I can
Okay.
kind of like wander
So
around
you're
before
kind of
dinner.
right. Okay. So the rest of you have kind of been around here. You know where you're at. Something about this feels familiar to you, Kel, but you can't. It's like you feel like you've been here before, but you're not. It's just a familiar feeling. You know, it's not like you're having deja vu or something. You're very comfortable going in and out of places, and you just seem like you know where all the rooms are and the doors and the hallways. They just all make sense to you in your head. But you're looking for a library. You do find like a lot of areas where there are shelves, where books and stuff like that. Nothing per se that be a library exactly. That may be what you're looking. What are you looking for specifically?
Well, I guess it would be the keeper of records, whatever her name was.
Okay, Skilfra.
Her Skulfer's office.
Oh, okay.
Or wherever all of her work gets done.
Sure.
Where she keeps all of her.
So you aren't familiar with where things are here, so you would probably need to ask around to find out where that's at.
Okay.
Unless you're just trying to go B&E everywhere.
I guess I'd ask Calidor, since he was like there.
Okay. So you come to him and ask?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, what is this that you're looking for? You want to know where the records keeper's office is?
Yes.
I mean, you were in the meeting, right? Like she's not here. She's missing.
Well, I know, but I had been given her journal so I could help find her. You know, maybe there are more clues of, what may have happened, what she had been looking into in her office.
Well, I mean, I see where you're going. I see how you're tracking, and it makes some sense. But let me tell you this, Flick is a little bit unnerved that you have a book like that and you just happen to have information. So he is kind of watching out. He doesn't distrust you fully, but because he knows what you've done to get here. But he's not. I don't know if he would take kindly to finding that out if he found you in her office. That would probably be a big red flag. Now, I'm glad that you came and talked to me about it, because then I can at least know about it, and it's not like you're trying to hide it. But why don't we wait till morning before we go check that out? We need to get his clearance before we do that, because if you get caught doing that, it's heads off for sure.
Okay.
But it is over at the Mako's Tower.
The Mako's Tower.
Yeah,
okay.
Mostly wizards hang out over there. We really don't deal with them too much. They do a lot of really crazy stuff, and fighters, we don't need it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. If I have time, I would like to wander out of the compound and just over towards that northwestern corner and just try to
over here,
look around. Yeah, look not all the way across the bridge, but just over and kind of see if I can look around the base of the island. If there's maybe a way I could get over there without being seen, or
okay. So you do that. You can go over to right about here, because this is just it's not like a drawbridge or anything. It's basically there's just elevated roads that nobody could get to unless they're in here.
Yeah.
So that kind of is keeping people out. So you would definitely be noticed if you went across there. But if you stop here and you try to look over there to try to figure out anything, I would say that it looks pretty dangerous. It's kind of on high cliffs, built pretty high. It's a pretty high tower. You would estimate it to be about 300 feet.
Mm-hmm.
Something that you wouldn't want to scale, and knowing that it's some sort of wizard type tower, chances are it's warded. You would know that.
Yeah.
But outside of that, you would need to get closer to investigate more.
Okay.
There does seem to be a little bit of a docking area, so somebody who wants to get there by boat could, I guess. But there's obviously going to be some security around that.
Yeah. Okay. Then I guess I'll walk past the guard barracks on my way, kind of.
Okay.
flipping my cloak a little.
Oh yeah, you get a lot of salutes,
I nod.
and you see
I
no
walk
other
by.
cloaks. There are no other cloaks. You're the only cloaked person with that symbol on in that area. You haven't bumped into one.
Huh.
But yeah, you hear a lot of whispers like, "Oh, who's that? Do we got new management? What is going on?"
Hmm.
But a lot of salutes, a lot of stands of attention.
Mental note. All right.
Cool. Okay, so you guys tell me what you want to do.
I'm waiting to go to dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same for everybody. Okay.
Yes.
So dinner is at the main chow hall, which is over here. A little cafeteria type style thing. They have it's it's like a single file line. Everybody kind of like gets up and goes down the line so that they can make sure that everybody gets fed. You see everybody that you saw since you've gotten here, plus a lot more. You've probably seen some friends that you've made through the training. There's a lot of people who are kind of eyeballing the new recruits, like, yeah, fresh fish, all right. And you kind of have like this very, not a fancy dinner. It's stew and bread, and it fills you. And you have your segregated seating where like your hierarchy of how long you've been in the company is kind of tiered, and you have like a big long table where Flix sits at the head of it, and then the lieutenants, the masters, and then the underlings kind of go in that direction. And no, but I mean, people make small talk. There's some singing, some fires are lit. It's nice, warm, inviting atmosphere. It's a very calming experience. And you guys have a couple courses of stew and bread and maybe a dessert, and that's it. And then you're free to leave.
I would like to have kept an eye, like if I saw Kindle, I'd like to have kept an eye on him.
Okay.
Just kind of see what he does.
So you'll see him about midway down in one of those tables, but he has no he has like an empty bowl in front of him. Like he doesn't seem to eat.
I don't trust that guy.
Did you guys learn anything between now and dinner?
Blood takes a long time to get out of dragonborn scales, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sorry.
So really, the question becomes, what do we do now? I mean, I know we're supposed to go to this forest, but thinking back to Rictavio and everything else, I mean, is that really our next logical step?
We need to make sure that they trust us to be able to accomplish our real mission. So I think we should just do it.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, when do we want to go? In the morning?
I could use a good rest.
Yeah. But are we gonna be ready in the morning, or do we need another day? I know you all just got your new money. I mean, do we need a day to shop and figure things out and then go, or are we all ready to go?
Yes, let's just browse around, let's rest tonight, browse around the next day, and go from there.
Okay. I mean, I don't see an urgent rush. But
Nay.
we probably shouldn't delay longer than a day.
I'm down with that. That gives Tom plenty of times to steal things.
Well, and Tom, while you're doing your thing, see if you come across any information we may need or use. Do it discreetly, though.
I spoke to Kendall about a little bit of stuff. He didn't really have more information than we already knew.
Okay.
Apparently, we have been gone for 8 months, but
That's the thing that I can't seem to shake. Like,
yeah.
we weren't, but we were.
Well, I told you. Barovia isn't normal. It kind of exists in every time at the same time.
Yeah. I can't seem to get my head around it.
You mean like a nexus of some sort, a centralized hub.
I just didn't think that.
Yes.
I mean, that's a 6-month difference.
Well, I mean, it could have been any number of times. We're lucky we came back anywhere near this time.
Yeah, I suppose.
Without Rictavio, who knows when we would have been back.
I'm Rictavio. You have summoned me.
You okay, Kel?
Have you summoned
What?
me?
You
What is
okay?
this?
What?
I can still smell. Oh, this is
You
great.
seem to be twitching your hand in a strange way.
Is there food? Is there food? Oh,
Yes.
I miss food so
Just
much.
this new ring, it's a little tight. Might have to get it resized.
Yeah, that is
Why
what
are
she
you
said.
putting it in the food?
You can look at that tomorrow.
See, are you drowning? Are you putting a ring in the food?
I wasn't, but I'll go with
Oh,
it.
okay, I thought that's what I heard. I was like, oh my
I,
god,
it
that's
could be
great.
my vision, but you know, I.
Hoping it would
It dulls it
lubricate
slightly,
it
just a
some.
little.
All right, well, you can probably get that done tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, in my head. No, I just.
Oh,
are you
yes.
gonna- are
Yes.
you gonna pop up every time anyone says your name?
I mean, that's kind of how it works.
You know, we gotta have to honor
Oh.
Rictavio.
But yes, me. Always me.
I'm so glad to have Rictavio's blood off my body. It's
Oh, that is
Finally.
horrible. Why does he say these things? So bad.
He says a lot of things.
So bad.
cleansed my skin of the Rict. I mean, he's an Atavio Rictavio, I can tell you that, but
Yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm Rictavio.
I wish he was here, though.
I wonder what Rictavio would say if he was here.
Rictavio would say great many things. He would say first, thank you for trying to save me. Secondly, why didn't you save me?
I wonder if he wishes. I wish I'd worn something more protective, like
And also, would,
you know, chainmail or something to block a blast, knowing that I had vital information. But
Who? Rictavio?
yes, Rictavio.
Oh, okay.
I
I'm
think
remembering
knowing
something.
him I think he would just be grateful that we tried to save him.
You know, I really am. But it would be nice to be there also.
Well,
He would also I bet he would enjoy being here with us right now.
I could almost taste the
I
soup. Put
bet
me
he
back in.
was. I mean, his name is just fun. Rictavio. It's like it rolls off the tongue like a
So
ring.
many arts. So many arts.
I don't. It doesn't really roll off my tongue like that, but that's okay.
Well,
dragon.
yeah,
don't
well,
have
you
the
can
lizard
work on it. I mean, not yes, you don't have the dragon tongue. Or something.
While
That's right.
Tor rambles on about Rictavio.
Every time he
Kind
says
of-
Rictavio, he says his name, like into you, like in your
Yeah.
head. It's basically what
I'm gonna
happens.
kind of lean over to Tom and be like, "How do you know Kindle?"
Don't know Kindle.
I don't know, you just said you had been talking to him, so I figured you knew him in some way.
He's in the guild. That's as far as much I know him. You should probably talk
Okay.
to the other rangers, as I don't really care for rangers, but since Kindle knew something, I just asked him what he knew, which was nothing.
Oh. Okay.
How did your tour of the compound go?
Well, it's compound. I have a room.
Hmm?
It would appear I am the highest ranked member of the guard in the city.
You
So there's
sound
that.
surprised about that. You didn't know you were the highest ranking guard in the city?
I already, and this, I keep this real low. Like, I already told you I'm not fucking from here. I'm not even from this time.
Yeah, you say that, and I don't know
old.
what that means.
Some old lady with a pie cart gave me this. All right.
I mean, did you
Oh.
what? Did you say a pie cart?
That dragon has very good hearing.
I do.
I mean, you
I
guys are
was
all close.
dragon born with it.
I said I
Pies.
wish we had pies. A cart full.
I mean, we had pies earlier. Tom stole them from an old lady. She was trying to kill a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, you say Barovia doesn't move, but that lady, she sure was trying to move some babies.
He speaks the truth. We did have to steal pies from her because she was
I call
trying-
it justice. Ariel blessed us with deliciousness. She just happened to be a good cook, but hopefully I didn't eat baby because I don't want to be happy that I know what babies taste like.
Now I'm like thinking about the fact that I gave my time warp baby to
Correct.
this old lady, and
Correct.
I'm like, wait,
Correct. You did do that.
how? What makes you think she wanted to kill a baby?
She's a
tried
woman with a barrel full of pies.
She tried to trade us for a baby. We asked how much the pies cost. She started talking about trading for babies. Then we had to excuse ourselves from her presence because she was creepy. And I took her pies.
We'll talk more about Pie Lady
Well,
in
in a more
in
private
more
setting.
private setting.
Definitely.
Fine, I'll go over here.
No, you're fine.
This isn't the place. We should
It's
be
just
doing
not
it.
in this room.
Yes, no, I'm sorry.
So what time, I do air quotes, are you from? Like tomorrow or yesterday?
Forward. I don't know how far. Time is
Don't you say relative.
Construct.
it's how do I put this? It's
Would Rictavio have had a better word for you?
I'm Rictavio. Other snacks.
it's not
Wait.
well,
Are we
we'll put it this, when people start moving around in the timeline,
Timeline?
It is
What's
so
a
fishy.
timeline?
It is so fishy.
it's how the time travel. Okay, when people start messing with time, it's kind of hard to keep track where you are.
It's so hard. I don't even have a watch anymore. It's kind of nice. I don't.
Just thinking,
You're
what the
right
fuck
there,
is a
Kel?
watch? I won't-
If you want to know how far in the future you are from, I know this.
I'm one moment, and then inside my head, how far in the future am I from then?
Yes, from this current time, you are 415 years.
He's
In fu-
really
in
thinking
future.
about this.
In
He
the future.
is. Tor.
I
I'm
did.
Rictavio.
Yeah,
I
it's like
did.
he
All right.
puts
I've done
his eyes
some
darting around.
calculations in my head, some math, and judging by the breakdown of some of the compounds and then radiations and things of the such, about 415 years in the future.
And this is all
415.
everything but 415 years in the future. You guys are like, what the?
Yeah.
No.
You're
clue.
from 415 years in the future, or you are 415 years in the future?
Why not both? Why not both? You are both.
Okay, now those things.
You are both. Say both.
I'm not gonna
Say
say
both.
both. They don't
Say
get
it.
to know them.
Do it. Yes.
From.
Okay. Secrets are mine.
415 years from the future.
I'm from.
The future. Okay. Okay.
So how did you get here now?
I told. We'll discuss. We shouldn't even be talking about this in this room right now.
All right, I can respect that.
You do start
I
to
would like. I
see
would
like
like-
some people like kind of glance your direction, like what? is going
I
on?
would like to say I
weirdos?
was talking at a real low volume earlier when I was asking about Kindle. That
Yeah.
volume never changed. I was keeping it.
He's
Yeah,
kept
me
it
and
low.
Tor were definitely speaking at a
Yeah, you guys are super
unreasonable
loud.
volume.
You know, for a rogue, you're really bad at being, discreet.
Am I?
Yes.
Tomato, tomato. Some say I am, some say I'm not. Well,
Go ahead.
Yeah, tomato is what you are for sure.
About that time, you guys hear like this rap on the end of the table, and it is Rick, Flair, and
Flick Rare.
Flick Rare. Oh my god, I just messed up my own name.
What are you talking about?
You hear yeah, okay, you know what, screw it. So you hear a rap on the thing, it goes, and you hear a woo. Dinner's finished. Please go
That's
back to your rooms. Get a lot of rest. We have a lot of things going on in the coming days, and I need you to be ready at all times. 10 o'clock, lights out. As always. Nobody leaves the compound after 10. And then he slams his beer and then he walks off, and you hear a woo.
I guess that's the dinner woo.
It's a dinner.
yeah, Flick's a pretty charismatic guy. Pretty charismatic guy, Flick.
You start seeing people get up and clearing their areas, and they all kind of like single file start to walk away. It gets to you guys, and you do what you do, which is
I guess I get up and leave. I head.
Yeah.
Let's meet down here in the morning for a quick recap before everybody heads out and see if anybody needs anything.
Should probably also find someplace more private to talk.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
So what? Sunrise? Meeting back here? Dawn?
Yeah, that'll work.
yeah. You guys know that dinner is the only meal that's kind of like strict. Like they have everybody here at 7. It's kind of like a head count thing. But breakfast is from 5 to 10, depending, because like people have different things that they do for the guild and different things going on. So it's kind of like a cafeteria area where there's a chef, a team of chefs and stuff. It's not great food, but it beats probably anything out on the streets. So with that, we're getting close to time. So final thoughts. You guys just head to your rooms. Is that what I'm hearing? You guys are reconvening in the morning for breakfast?
Yep.
Okay.
Indeed.
Cool. Well then, on that note, we'll say that you all go to your rooms. You have a sound sleep, and we will pick this up next week with you guys meeting for breakfast.